Hi everyone, I'm Araya and welcome to Real with Raya, the podcast that celebrates self-development and learning. Today I have two beautiful guests who are not only top tier influencers and great people, they are sisters and I'm really excited because I've never done an episode like this and I really like both of them. So, how are you guys feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah?
I've been better.
At least you're honest. What would have made it better today?
I don't know. I feel quite drained. I've had a bit of a hectic day.
Mm,
I think I'm hormonal.
really?
I think it's coming. I think it's
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
week.
I was
for
literally
sure.
telling you
I think it's this week
yesterday
as well. Like this week
I
coming.
said next week.
The week after the one coming.
Next week is next week.
Wait. Anyway. I'm confused.
Okay, cool. So, since you guys are fashion girls, I thought I would bring up some of your pictures and then you tell me if you would still keep the outfit or
Oh my god.
or
This is
something.
Oh
face.
no!
I'm scared.
If you still keep the outfit or if it's something that
Okay.
you'd like to
Okay.
bin.
I like that.
Okay, cool. Now it's not working. Wait, why is it not working? Wait, she's gone. No, stop.
Is this thing? Is it switched off? Can we
I-
get some assistance?
Can you call that?
Actually, I might call them. Do you guys mind?
No,
No,
go
okay,
ahead.
okay.
This is so real right now.
No, literally.
Yvonne, I wonder what outfit you're gonna have on there. She's like, I did that.
You ate that. Okay, Yvonne, what do you think of this? This is actually one of my favorite looks of you.
Really?
Yeah, like of all
Iconic.
time. Yeah.
Wow. No, honestly, I love that outfit, and it's such a shame because the top is so loud and outlandish. So it's not something I can wear often. I think I'll actually only be able to wear that again in like 2 years.
Yeah.
Minimum, but I absolutely adored it. And the shoes as well was
That's
a
what I was
happy
gonna say.
coincidence.
That was
that
literally what I was
heart,
about to say. The
insane.
heart detail
The
with the heart
shoes
top.
were a coincidence,
purple-
guys.
You didn't know.
Chef's
Oh yeah,
kiss.
I
you
didn't
bought
plan them.
them.
I bought them on the day
Yeah.
whilst in
Oh,
Paris. Yeah, so I
wow.
took that photo in Paris, and we went to is it Lafayette? We went to Lafayette, and yeah, I just saw them. They were phenomenal.
And 10.
Mr. Zanatti.
And now this thing is not. I actually
Do you want me
can't.
to move the mouse?
Yeah, maybe try to do that.
It's working now.
No.
No, it's like when it goes full screen. Okay, well, I think we'll just leave it there because.
Oh.
Or I show you guys the pictures on my phone,
Yeah, I don't
and
mind.
then I'll just
Yeah,
pop it up. Okay,
that'd be good.
good.
I'm scared.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd wear that again. I'd wear it today.
Oh, why didn't you wear it today?
It's too cold.
I love
But
this.
no, I love it. I feel like I really try to accessorize. So I feel like on a day to day, it's so you forget to accessorize or to wear jewelry or like do something with your hair. It's different. But I put a bow in. I felt like I looked like I was going to the Met Steps to meet Blair Waldorf.
It is giving that. I love the feminine details as well.
Interesting.
And like the pea skirt.
Why is it interesting?
The day we took those pictures, you see the insults I collected because Stephany felt like I didn't get the picture correct.
No,
She actually
to be
told me
fair-
that,
bow
to be
was
fair,
there.
that she didn't like the pictures.
Is this not a nice
But
picture? This
Ajibala and I
picture,
had to
I
tell
felt like
Seth.
the
This is a
framing,
great
the
picture.
framing could have been a lot
No,
better.
this
Me and
framing
my
is
brother agreed.
perfect. Nope.
I
love
think
it.
it's really
It's
cute.
really
I
cute.
really, really
It was
like
really
it.
girly and feminine.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's you in an outfit. Yeah, I think that's you in an outfit.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I love that outfit so much. I would wear that 100%. I love the top. The top is like real Mongolian fur. And my friend actually worked at a vintage shop, and he called me and was like, "Oh, I have a top that I think you'd love." And he was right. I loved it. Like such a jam. I think I even called you when I
you did.
I tried it on when
yeah,
I love it so much. And the shoes, iconic. Jeans, iconic. Yeah, love, obsessed.
Obsessed too.
Shaking now.
Next.
You're actually killing me right.
This was a setup. This is favoritism going on.
Don't speak too soon.
Oh my
scaring me.
God. She even knew it.
She knew you'd hate it.
No, it was your face.
That outfit was
it was your face.
Do you know what? One thing I will say is that was in my. Oh God. Oh my God. One thing I will say is that was when I just left uni. I just finished university, and during uni I was lifting iron, pumping weights, trying to, that was when I No, thank you.
Let's not do that.
I was like on this mission and goal to gain weight. So when I'd come back home, I still had a lot of that weight, but it wasn't as much as it was during uni because I wasn't being as consistent in the gym. And I felt I looked amazing in that day. I remember the makeup was popping, the hair was I did like my makeup that day.
The makeup is
the
good.
editing is crazy. The outfit is crazy. That like you can hear that picture. Like during like you can hear that picture.
But I love the jacket.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there any part of the outfit?
That jacket.
Yeah.
I think I still have that top. So I still have that top. I definitely still have that jacket.
No,
so you just pair
I think we got rid of.
But that was a lot of plastic. That was terrible.
Like a Barbie.
Oh my God, save the environment.
I like that. So would you then just pair the pieces differently?
First and foremost, I would never wear those leggings ever again.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
It's just not me.
Yeah.
Okay,
maybe
moving
on. A
Okay.
costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This.
Oh my gosh, this is my creative bag, guys. Do you know what's crazy about this one? Is like I was really hesitant to kind of post that because I just felt like it was so kind of like out of the box in the sense where my audience have followed me for so long for a certain look and aesthetic, and I don't think they would get it, but I just don't care anymore. I'm going to express myself how I want to express myself, and that is one of my favorite outfits this year. I really loved that one.
And just to touch on that, I've actually been following you for a really long time. Like even before Stephany and I were friends. I don't know if she told you. And one of the reasons why I followed you is because I feel like you're a true fashion girl. Not just led by trends. Like you genuinely have a personal style. And for me, I like those. Stephany knows I'm really like picky. I like girls that have their own style. So when I saw this, I was like, yeah.
Oh, thank you. I wish I could do more of that every day, but
you should. I think you should. Because then you would just naturally you would naturally attract more people.
No, it's true. It's true. I do.
Get it.
Yeah, I loved that. Yeah. Honestly, there's like my favorite.
I think the hair was just a cherry on the top.
That's true.
The hair was just. It made sense. It was giving the girls everything they needed.
Sure did.
I'm scared now. I just know it's going to be something stupid.
I'm not liking how this is going at all.
I love it all. I love that dress. It came the day I wore it. I felt like a woman in that dress, and I love anything that's like. Is it bandeau or like boob tube or whatever? Bandeau. That is just my go-to. Like that's a comfort for me. Yeah.
Yeah, she really loves bandeau.
I love my collarbones. Like I just love it, and my hair up as well. It's just like face.
Yeah, I love the shoes as well.
Oh yeah,
with the mini Coperni.
Versace mules and the mini Coperni.
Very cute. Okay. Yvonne. No, this eats. So.
Oh, it really did.
Let me see. Yeah,
that as well is one of my favorite.
I have a story
outfits.
behind this picture.
Oh, tell us.
That day she was like not in the mood. She didn't want to take the picture, and I was like, "You have to keep going because if you don't like." When she gets in the mood, she doesn't want to do anything, and that was one of those days. I had to push her. I'm a pusher, Kay, and I pushed her, and then we got the pick. And at first, she said she didn't even like them.
Really?
Do you remember?
Yeah, but that's how I am with a lot of my pictures. I don't like them to begin with. I don't know. I don't know what I'm chasing or looking for.
Yeah, no, that's such a vibe.
But I did really like the outfit. I loved the outfit.
I feel like this is something I would definitely wear like that. Okay, Stephany.
I just noticed it's a bad one.
I hope so for my sake.
Well,
do you know what?
No, it's bad. It's really bad.
Do you know what?
This is mummy fashion.
I felt like, wow, I'm a fashion killer.
Do you know what? I feel like I remember when you
I literally
posted
felt
this.
like I'm a
in
fashion
your palazones.
But do you know what? I think I would keep the trousers. I think I would still wear those trousers. The top is a hard no. That the top is very much like my mum, like puffy sleeves. I felt like the whole puffy sleeve thing. We did it so much that now I don't know if I could dabble back into it. And the shoes. Did you guys see the shoes?
Oh God!
Oh, I hated those.
They just didn't make sense. They were like, no.
Those literally like record. Do you know that recorder?
Yeah,
that's what those shoes
the
are
only thing I would keep are my trousers. The makeup was too much. I think editing was even too much. The hair, I like the hair, but yeah, no.
Okay, fair enough.
Just the trousers for me.
Cool. Okay, we'll do one last one of Yvonne. What did we try to pick?
Pick a bad one.
I've done enough damage.
I don't mind.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to pick this one because I really like this.
Oh. Do you know what's crazy about these 3 outfits that we've shown? Well, the good ones, that is. Not that plastic one. These were all kind of like, in each and every single one of them, there's a main piece, and the main piece is a vintage find. Like this one, for example, that main piece is a vintage plain suit
I love
skirt.
That look was just...
I love that look so much.
Yeah.
In the shorts with the boots, the top was a vintage diesel top.
Oh, really?
And in the jacket picture, that jacket was a vintage jacket. And it just goes to show that, guys, you don't have to spend the coin.
100%,
You really don't have to spend It's all about having the eye, looking for what it is you want. And I really don't like wearing things that can be easily imitated.
Yeah, everyone has as well.
Yeah, I don't. That's just never been me. So I loved that. Oh, you did well. Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Okay, cool. So let's get into the main part of the episode. Family is one of the things I strongly associate with both of your brand. Was that like an intentional decision to sort of like mix family as a core component of your brand?
No, I don't think so, because I feel like me and Yvonne, we didn't really always get along the way we do now. We used to butt heads a lot. I mean, we had an argument this morning before we got here, guys. But no, I think when you're showing parts of your life, like the things that are important to you will naturally show. And I feel like family is important to both of us. So it just naturally like becomes a forefront of what we do.
I think my answer is different.
Really?
Because I purposely tried not to show any one of you for
years
in my vlogs.
Wow.
Think about it. You guys weren't really in it.
We weren't in the house at the same times though.
But even when you were, I wouldn't really necessarily... I mean, I wouldn't purposely try, but I wasn't like... I kind of wanted it to be by myself.
Separate. You wanted
to
separate the house
by
from the
myself.
church. Yeah.
But also, it just got to a stage I just got tired. And it's like, she came back, she was just always there.
No,
you were just always there. So, but you know what? I wouldn't change it for anything, because I did go through this phase where I just felt like in my industry and what I'm doing and my peers, everyone's living by themselves and have moved out. And even sometimes till this day, sometimes I think, oh, should I just move out? Like this morning, for example, I'm just like, oh, I'm done with these lot. I'm packing my bags. I get a lot of that, but I think in this stage of my life, I really do need my family at the end of the day, just to like ground me mentally. And then that they can kick rocks. And when
she's so fake.
No, but no, it wasn't intentional at all. But we are very family orientated, like for sure, 100%.
And I think being very much close in age, like there wasn't a crazy age gap. Like it's 2 between you and I, and then David, it's 1.
Yeah,
we're all very much. We went to the same school at the same time. Right. We're in the same uniform at the same time. So it's very much close,
like growing up together. Essentially,
always having friends, even though we didn't like each other half our lives. But yeah.
So you said you guys didn't really get along growing up. What was the shift then? Because you guys, even though obviously you have disagreements like sisters do, what was the shift that made you guys become
Stephany
closer?
wasn't cool.
No,
you weren't. Stephany was not
I
cool.
have a different narrative.
Stephany was just, she was like the perfect daughter type of the sweet one. All the
You are a
Still am.
loved her.
good girl.
I am.
And I was just
No,
kind
but
of like,
on paper.
you are a
Yeah,
good
I
girl.
am.
And I was just so like, oh, this girl
Yeah,
has no
rebellious.
character.
Yeah.
Like, you have to, I feel like you just have to go against the grain sometimes and really, do it for the plot twist sometimes. But also, I just couldn't really relate to you growing up that much because, she's always been, and it's one thing that used to really grind my gears as I was growing up. Like, mummy, daddy.
I'm
have
still
never,
like that,
and she's
though.
still
I'm
like
still
that
like
the whole.
that.
But I've never been that type of. I'm quite detached in that sense where it's just mum, dad, and it's always been that way for me. And so I just couldn't really. I don't know. I think I got on more with David than I did with Stephany for sure, because me and David kind of like get each other. Like we're very similar in that sense. For a woman, I'm not as emotional, but with me, it piles up over time, and then I just explode. But
We were talking about this.
Yeah.
We were speaking about this morning.
about who, me?
No, we're just saying in general.
No, we're just talking about like being emotional and how different people. It's like what you classify as emotional is very relative because it just depends on when that emotion is let out.
Yeah.
Because I was saying to Stephany that she's not like a typical. I don't think she's an emotional person. I would say I'm emotional but with Stephany, she'll address things as they are. I'm kind of similar to you. It's like I'll keep things in, and then one day it's like,
Yeah.
what's up?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're talking about that. But that's interesting. So what's your narrative?
I don't know. I think because you're the eldest child as well, I feel like because I've just, I've been willy-nilly, carefree, just always been, could be soft. But I feel like you're the eldest. You're like, you went to school by yourself. I had a big sister. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I'll go get my older sister, like, so I can be carefree, all I like. But you had to be independent. You've gone to spaces where no one else has gone. And you're having to make room for yourself. It's like, I just, trot in behind and it's just easy. Easy going for me.
That's true, Wow.
Yeah.
It's really set up.
So there's a saying that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Do you guys feel like working together has propelled your individual brands?
I think so, in a sense.
I think of recently as well, because she's my boss.
We're going to get into that.
Yeah. So I feel like when she doesn't want to do things, I feel like I have to push her and remind her of what her goals are and like where she wants to see herself go. And I feel like as well, seeing her helps my career at the same time, because there's things that you do that I'm like, okay, I need not to do that, or I need to try not to do that, or like something she does, I'm like, okay, that's something I need to do and something I need to incorporate. But yeah, I think two heads are always better than one. 100%.
Yeah.
And I think two similar heads have the same sort of goals and aspirations. So I feel like if you want to go left and I want to go right, there's no point of us, working together. But if we both want to go right, two heads are always going to be better than one.
Yeah, agreed. And I think you're really good at like reminding people what their goals are. Like I definitely always call you and I'm like, girl, it's too much. You're really good at that. So what kind of boss is Yvonne?
This is guys,
one more chat.
This is actually a setup question. I would say she's a good boss.
There's
lots of
let me finish.
Perks,
I
please.
think she's a good boss. There's a lot of perks with the job, a lot of benefits with the job. I do think sometimes she gets comfortable.
What do you
mean?
mean?
I feel like sometimes she's like, she's a last minute person. And you know me, I like to plan. I like to have a plan in place. She likes to work well under pressure. I don't work that way. It's like, I'd rather us plan, set a date, let's do it on this day. Everyone's like, oh, not today. And it's like, it's like a curveball. You don't know what way it's going to come. So it's like, okay, you can be chilling. You've planned your day. And she's like, okay, we need to do this today. And it's like, girl, you've had this for a month. The day before is the day you want to do it. So I think that's the only downside. But you're a good boss,
What's it like working with Stephany?
Stephany doesn't really know the difference between sister time and boss time. And it happened this morning, unfortunately. And that's all I'll say. No, because sometimes I'm coming to her to speak to her as a boss. Like, I don't want to know your opinion. This is what we're doing.
Right.
Do it.
Like, I want to make an executive decision.
I don't want to hear from you personally. But if I'm coming to you as my sister, fair enough. But Stephany can be almost insufferable at times because Stephany talks a lot, isn't it? So she doesn't know when to not talk sometimes. Stephany always wants to challenge me. Always.
Ooh.
That is true.
I think it's a little sister thing. My sister's the same.
Like, what's up with that? Relax.
It's like sometimes, like, just set it out. Like, you don't have to always have something else to say.
Do you know what I mean?
I think that is a little sister thing.
I think I'm very opinionated as well. So it's like,
you are.
But know that not everyone has asked for it.
Yeah, but you're my sister. So
I haven't asked for it, though.
Opinion.
But if I give you mine, I don't want to see tears.
I give you, you give me your opinion all the time.
Yeah, but I give you my opinion
when I didn't even ask for it.
No, I mind my business. No, you have to admit, I mind my business. I don't really get involved in your life like that. Your personal life. I actually don't. I mind my business. Whereas with me, oh my gosh, Stephany wants to know everything. And if I haven't told her, she'll be like, oh, I know where you went that day. And it's just kind of like, it's just those kind of like, those memories I have of her when she was younger just being annoying. Like, mind your business.
I don't know why she hates me so much.
I don't hate you.
Whatever.
So, Yvonne, you've been doing this for a minute before influencing even became like mainstream and became a thing that people aspired to become. What has changed since when you first started?
Oh, God, everything. Everything has changed. I mean, I was talking about this the other day on my vlog, and I was saying to them that I remember, like, this isn't something that I tried to do. Yeah, it's not something that I tried to do. So people just naturally started calling me an influencer, and back then, it was easy. It was easy. I don't like when influencers come and they're like, oh, it's so hard. Don't get me wrong, it can be hard, but there's harder jobs. There are harder jobs out there for sure. But it used to just be pictures. And I think that was when I was like, oh my, I really, really used to enjoy it because I've always been a picture babe. Like growing up, my parents would always take pictures. So we grew up always taking pictures. And that's how I fell into this. And then stories came about, TikTok came about, YouTube. I jumped on YouTube between that time. And it's like, now it's kind of hard to navigate. And I think what I realized during that time was, it's kind of very, very fickle in the sense where I don't even have control of my own platform. Like it's Instagram that dictates who gets to see what I post and things like that. So it's changed a lot. So even with things like engagement, I used to, average crazy numbers. And this is just across the industry. I've spoken to many of my peers and friends about this. We used to do crazy numbers. And it's crazy because back then we didn't appreciate those numbers because it was just kind of like a standard. But now, just to even if you do that, your worst number that you used to have back then, if you do that now, that's probably your best number.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's really
100%.
It's really strange. But I also feel like with the rise of TikTok and TikTok coming about, I kind of just have more fun with it. I just don't really care anymore. I post whatever I want to post. I don't really care about people's opinions. I will bleach my brows blonde if I want to bleach them blonde. And it's just, I just don't really care about, pleasing my audience at the end of the day, unfortunately. Doesn't mean I don't want to, but it's not my, goal. Yeah, it's not like my priority.
Yeah.
My priority is me.
Yeah. What are some of the key changes you've recognized in yourself since when you first started on a personal level?
Key changes
about myself since I first started. I don't know.
I know one.
What?
I think don't I set you up. I think you're more open than before.
Do you know what? I completely agree.
I think you're more open.
I think you have this like sense of like freedom and not caring as well.
Yeah.
I feel like the older you get, the realize like you don't care about what people think about you anyway. That comes naturally, and I feel like you're very much. But I feel like you've never really cared about what people think.
Yeah,
about you,
I've never really cared about what people have thought. But I think back then, and that is 100% true. What you said is true. Back then, I wasn't as open because naturally, I'm kind of just like, I'm not, I didn't have good social skills.
Right.
I was very, very shy. I would come, look around, leave. Like, that was very much me.
Yeah.
Stephany's always been the social butterfly, and that's just never really been my vibe. Even now, where I have picked up on a lot better social skills, I still don't see myself as a social butterfly, which is crazy because I am a lady of leisure, but I leisure with myself first and foremost. Everything else comes second. And yeah, I think throughout the years I did become more open. Wow, why didn't I think of that? That's true. Yeah.
So, Stephany, do you feel any apprehension with like sharing some parts of yourself? Because I feel like with you, it's been very much like, well, I guess similar to Yvonne as well. It's been like Instagram first, and then YouTube as well, and then now on TikTok, you're giving us daily vlogs.
Yeah.
So, do you ever feel like, oh, maybe I shouldn't share this?
Do you know what? I didn't think I've ever felt that before. Like, oh, I shouldn't share it. I also, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like if it's something I'm doing, why not just share it? If it's private, it's going to be private. Do you know what I'm saying? But if I've picked up my camera to record something, I've picked it up to share it somewhere. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if I'm having a private moment, I'm not going to pick up my phone and record. So I think I never feel like, oh, I know I shouldn't post this or I should post this. Things that are private to me, I will keep private. And it wouldn't even cross my mind to share on the internet, I think. Yeah.
What about you?
Everything's private now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
She said you're not getting nothing
anymore.
Like, honestly, I have
tried
and
it
do you know what's
before.
so crazy? I think I just know too much now.
Ooh.
I know too much about how this goes, the industry, what can come. I just know too much. I'm not naive anymore. I'll never be the Yvonne Victoria that's just so forthcoming with personal things. Not that I was, but for me, I think I was. Even like showing, it's just not going to happen, man. Even like when I went to traveling now, I don't think I'd be so open with my vacations anymore. I don't know. I just feel as though sometimes I want some things to myself.
Yeah.
And I don't really want people to kind of like know what I'm doing in real time.
Yeah.
You know, I like to post after the fact. I think before I was very much a real time in the moment, show them, give them. You know what I mean? But now I just find it quite liberating to post after the fact, like, oh yeah, by the way,
this happened. Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely more like an after. An aftermath person. Is there anything that you know for a fact you are never going to share on social media?
I think that's a hard question because I feel like you never know
where life's going to take you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think right now, if I was to be pregnant and have a baby, I personally don't think I would want to show that on Instagram.
The whole journey.
Do you know what? I feel like you would though.
I feel like I would try my hardest not to because I feel like that's a very sacred time, and I think as well, like listening and hearing other people's experiences, I would not.
Really?
Personally, no.
I wasn't expecting to say that.
Yeah, I think
I think you would.
You think I would? I don't think
100%. All it takes, you'll probably like wear one outfit while you're pregnant one day. Like, oh my god, this is so cute. Like you have that glow. I feel like you would post. Maybe it's a case where not in real time. After the fact.
Yeah, or maybe to say never. Post your third trimester when you've had your baby.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I'd have my baby and then post.
Okay.
About being pregnant. I wouldn't post during. To be honest, have to like stock up the work, post it, and then hibernate.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'd post real time at all.
Cool. Where do you guys see like the future of influencing in the next couple of years? Are these conversations that happen in the industry?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I feel like we have this conversation like often as well. Like when we go to events and we speak to other influencers, I feel like where it's something that's not really been done before, no one can really predict where it's going. I feel like on TikTok you're getting loads of the discourse about people saying, oh, influencers have started to be like unrelatable, like the fall of the celebrity and the influencer basically. And I just feel, I don't know, I feel like I feel like it's a hard space to navigate, but I also feel like people are quick to want to bring.
That's true.
I feel like people have their ulterior motives. I feel like that discourse has come from.
But I've also
somewhere.
always been of the belief where I've never looked for relatability. I've never once followed anyone for relatability.
That's interesting.
I don't care to relate to you.
So what do you look for?
Fashion,
Yeah.
beauty, lifestyle, money.
You watch Real Housewives,
yeah.
It's so funny that you said that because my friend Oinda and I, we always talk about Real Housewives, and this, I don't know how this is gonna come off, but we always say like on Real Housewives, we want to see aspirational wealth. Like I want to be mind blown. Like I want to be inspired.
I do not want to see relatable stuff. This is my escape.
Yes,
but I also
that was our point.
For me personally, and this is what I always feel like, I just don't understand why there's such a push to look for relatability amongst strangers online. Like,
it's quite weird.
We have to look inwards and ask ourselves: is there nobody on your day to day in your personal life that you relate to?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is it that we expect that from strangers?
Yeah.
And I'm never gonna, try to be relatable. I'll always be honest and authentic and truthful about myself, but I'm never gonna try to be relatable because I think one thing that's happening right now is there's a lot of relatable content that's fake. It's not actually. It's forced relatability.
Yeah.
And I see right through it. And I mean, I don't know. I feel like the pendulum always swings back at the end of the day, and it'll get to a point where there was this video I was watching on TikTok, and this individual was saying that we're going to get to a point where people are going to have relatability fatigue, where they're just going to be tired of seeing things that are relatable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I've never understood it personally. Yeah.
And just to touch on that, actually, I feel like that's where parasocial relationships come into play, and people start thinking like this stranger on the internet that you've never met, you've never spoken to, is your friend. And you have expectations that you put onto them. That it's like, ooh, we have to take a step back and just reel back in and realize that they're actually a completely different person. You don't know what their moral compass is. You just have to go by what they're telling you, which again, you can't really. I don't know. I feel like it's a weird one. It's a weird one to manage. Interesting. So in terms of being an influencer and just like working with different brands, what's been your biggest like pinch me moment?
I don't really know.
Go first.
I don't know. No, seriously, because I just take. But the way I approach this, and this is probably going to come across really, really strange. I've never been the influencer that will achieve something, and then post
on my story, this happened to me,
like, or pinch me or anything like that, because I feel like I'm deserving for everything that comes my way. 100%. I genuinely, if I achieve it, maybe in my own quiet time, I'll give thanks to God. But to come on socials and perform, you're never going to get that from me.
And I also feel like it's how you view your future.
Yeah.
There's certain brands and there's certain goals I have for myself. So when I accomplish them, I'm not going to be like, pinch me, because it was a goal of mine. I'm going to be like, wow, like, God, you did that for me.
Yeah.
I feel like you saying, oh my God, this happened to me. I feel like you do feel undeserving of it, in a sense that you didn't think this could happen to you. Yeah. And it did. But I feel like how I view myself and how I view my future, if something big is to happen, when it is to happen, I'm going to be like,
it wasn't the cards.
I feel like we just take it all in our stride. At the end of the day, it's more so about the journey than the
destination.
Yeah.
That's really true. And it's so funny that you say that, because I actually forgot. A part of my intro was to list some of the brands you guys have worked with. And when I had this question, I just completely forgot that I didn't say that. Yeah, I know, right? But I don't know, like, do you ever feel proud of yourself though? Because I do feel like, because, I don't know, influencing is like fun work. I know a lot of work goes behind into it. But, on face value, it can seem like, oh, this is just like, fun and roses. But it's like, I work in advertising. So I know, I was speaking to Farida about this. There is a budget for influencers. Like, it is a business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So do you ever feel like, oh, wow, like I'm really proud of myself, or even the independence that you've been able to achieve from being an influencer?
I think the one point where I was proud of myself, you know, they say you have to have Vex money.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You've
Vex
always said that
money
to
is
me,
important. Like I've always said, Stephany, make sure you have your Vex money because you don't want to go somewhere and then you can't leave because you don't have your Vex money. Do you know what I mean? And I think for me, when I was kind of like, okay,
I know exactly what you're thinking.
I
You're
think
just
it was
trying
when I bought 2 cars in the space of a month, and it wasn't. Neither one of them were planned.
That's a
Mm.
flex.
It was genuinely
I was like, my
Vex money.
queen. I was like, you did that, my queen.
No,
like,
it was
literally
actually.
injected. That was
Inject it.
I just felt like the
That's my
younger me
Roman
would be so
Empire.
proud of
My
me, and
Roman
it's like,
Empire.
I mean, one day I'll probably tell the story, but it was 100% Vex money.
Yeah.
I just said to myself, never again.
Yeah.
And then you went to go and get.
Yeah. Bring it back. Just a little. My Roman Empire. Literally.
That is actually really, that's funny, but that's really, really good though, because I even feel like the fact that you've been able to employ Stephany.
Yeah, literally.
That's great.
Insane.
That's independence. Like that's literally
I feel like I am independent, but sometimes I feel like I have true independence because I still live at home.
No, but
again, I do have because I live everything I want to do. I do.
Yeah.
No one's gonna. Sorry, mum. No one's gonna tell me anything.
Of course, but then
I always
if
have this.
that option presented itself, you could. You just choosing not to.
It's true.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I feel like you need to give yourself more credit.
Yeah.
For what you've been able to achieve as well.
Guys, you're making me uncomfortable.
Stephany and I are like the lovey-dovey ones. Okay, cool. So both of you, I know you've been really open about your relationship with God and you've been vocal about that journey. I know Yvonne, like you in particular, you shared that. Stephany, I know you personally because these are conversations that we talk about. Was there any apprehension about sharing that publicly?
For me, I don't think I've ever had a moment where I'm just like, oh yeah, guys, by the way, like I'm a Christian or I'm a believer of God. I just feel like if you look and you watch, you will kind of just gauge. I feel like when something is so important, it will naturally reveal itself.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've never had to have a moment where I'm like, do you know what, guys, I'm a Christian. I have had this, moment where I'm like, I need to share this. I want you guys to know, like, my life is changing because I feel like I've always kind of been on my spiritual journey. I don't feel like it's ever really stopped. So for me, I don't think I've had to come out and say anything. I feel like if you watched me and it's just one of those things that
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, I'm the complete opposite.
Yeah.
I never wanted to share anything.
Why?
It's just not my. It's gonna sound really bad, but I'm gonna be honest. It's not my brand. I don't. That's just not what I do. I don't want to touch on controversial stuff, religion. I just want to be about the hair, the beauty, nails. Look at my puppy, like things like that. But you know what? I had. It was just really heavy on my spirit. It got to a point this year where it was really, really heavy on my spirit, and I was really, really, really being called by God. And I can go into detail about this later on, but to the point where there was this period in my life this year where every day, and I think it was going on for at least a month. I was randomly waking up at 3 a.m. on the dot every single night, and everyone that knows me knows I don't wake up. I'm gonna sleep. Nothing's gonna wake me up. Nothing. And it just got to a point where I was just thinking, what on earth is this? And then I came across a TikTok video, and it was saying that it was like this video was directed to me, and the guy was saying, have you been waking up at random hours of the night between the hours of like 12 to 5 or something? If so, God's calling on you. You need to pray. Next time you do this, and he wakes you up, just be like, Lord, I'm here, your servant is listening. And he backs this up with scripture. I can't remember who it was, Samuel or Samson, one of the two, where one of them kept hearing his name being called. So each time he got to his friend, like, oh, did you call me? He was like, no. And then he did that like twice, and then the third time it happened, he said, Lord, I'm here, your servant is listening. So it had that very night when I went to bed, it happened again. And I just said, you know what? Oh, I was so reluctant, man. I sat up and I said, like, Lord, I'm here, your servant is listening. And that's the first time. And it's just so crazy to speak about because that's the first time I got like an open vision. I've never experienced anything like that. I have like till that day, nothing like that's happened to me in that sense where it's just such clarity. And where Stephany has constantly like been quite consistent with her spiritual journey. Me, I'm a bad girl. I'm not really a bad girl, but in my family, I'm the bad one. So I would drift and come back, and it's like I was very, very, very lukewarm. I was probably the lukewarmest of the lukewarm. Do you know what I mean? But I always did believe in God and had my faith, but I just wanted to do what I wanted to do, and I would pray every now and again.
Yeah.
And I never really would truly like delve into the word and really read my Bible unless it's just that quick, scripture of the day.
Yeah.
And what I saw so vividly was Matthew 4:4-11. And I'll never ever forget that scripture. And I would have never been able to come up with that. Even if I could say to myself, like, no, that wasn't God, that was you. It's not possible to do because I don't even open the Bible enough to, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I turned to it as soon as I saw that and I read it. And basically, it was God preparing me for this season of life that I am in, that I was about to go in, I'm currently in, what to do, about making a decision. And yeah, that's kind of what happened. And I didn't actually want to share anything about Christ, but then I started feeling heavy on my spirit that, I'm not doing anything. Like I have this platform, so I influence people with clothes and makeup, things that don't actually matter in the grand scheme of things.
Right.
And then God actually sent 3 people to me on separate occasions. One of them I knew, 2 of them didn't know.
What do you mean?
Complete strangers. Like they would literally message me and say, I'll go into detail later. It'll make more sense when I speak about this like in the future. But like for example, when I filmed like a Q&A and I touched on like the Beyonce concert and how like I didn't actually say anything. I just said, guys, I'm not going. I don't recommend you going. If you're gonna go, pray. You know what I mean? And that was just kind of like when I edited it and I was like, I really don't want to post this. I sat on it for a few days. And I just remember going to bed on the bank holiday Monday saying, Lord, do you want me to post this? And I just went to bed. And then I woke up to a message from one of my followers. No one had known what was going through my mind. I hadn't shared this with anyone.
Oh, wow.
Literally saying to me, God gave me a dream about you last night. He's saying to you, he wants me to tell you, don't be afraid that brands aren't going to want to work with you because you're, vocal about Christ. And that was what was on my heart. I was thinking, oh, man, what if one day I'm in Hollywood, man? And I was just like, it just brought me to tears in that very moment because when I woke up from that nap, that's the first message I saw. And it was like that instant confirmation. And I knew in that moment that I had to post that video, no matter how uncomfortable
it felt.
It's not, I don't want to be called, no offense, but I don't really want to be called to preach or like, not me, pick her.
But I feel like as well, like naturally when something is so important to you, you will share it. So I don't feel like it's a thing where God's asking you to go into the pulpit and be like, by
I don't know, man. God be Godding sometimes, man. True. You can't predict that man. You can't predict him at all.
Even with like circumstances you're in or like the way life just happens. Like now I'm literally just like, I surrender because the bingo cards alone I've gotten this year, it's like, ooh, okay, fair enough. Like you just literally just have to go with it. But wow, thank you for sharing that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that went deep.
Yeah, I didn't.
I was like, girl.
See, I've done another one. Let's tick it off let's mark it off.
Oh no, but yeah, thank you for sharing. That's really crazy. And you having those encounters with like strangers. So did you reply back to that? Or?
Oh yeah, I responded back. That's happened to me 3 times this year. And it's not anything anyone can know because it's like my inner
personal thoughts.
Yeah. I haven't even communicated them with Stephany yet. You know? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Real crazy. in these streets.
Ooh. Do you feel like any of the previous jobs you've worked has prepared you for being an influencer?
Do you know what? I've always done fashion work.
Yeah.
So like I've always worked as a stylist, whether it's in like All Saints or like my calls. I've always like wanted to work in fashion, like from the jump. Like I always wanted to be like a Anna Wintour, Miranda Priestley type person. So I think when it comes to styling and making outfits, with that experience, there's certain rules or there's certain things I would try that normally, let's say, the average person wouldn't try.
Right.
And I feel like I know how to dress for my body and other people's bodies. So I feel like sometimes when my friends like, oh, what should I wear? I'm like, okay, wear this with this or this with that. So I think I feel like it's natural as well because our mum is a diva. Like she is a fashion queen. So I feel like it was always in the books.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think my last role in fashion was Michael Kors, and that was probably, I think it was the most insightful role as well because I feel like you learn about like collection pieces and like runway pieces. We worked with a lot of runway pieces and we managed to get our hands on a few runway pieces as well. Yeah.
It's true.
So I think that was always something I was interested in. So I feel like, I think it has propelled me.
What about you? Has any previous job prepared you for?
No. All my previous roles, I was selling TVs, phones. But to be fair, I worked in Harrods. I was very much a tech babe. Okay. And the reason why I was a tech babe is one, like it paid really, really well. Paid really well. And all I had to do was minimum two days a week. Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sunday. And I always said to myself, I don't want to work in any department that will attract women. Because, I did not want to. Please, let me give you an example. I was working in Harrods, I was working for Samsung, and we're doing TVs, tablets, phones, and all that other like watches and stuff. I deal with men on a day to day. It was a breeze because for me, I find it easier to, I don't want to say serve men because I know the kind of like culture we have right now. And I'm not talking about real serving men at all, but to assist men because to be honest, I didn't have to really necessarily do much.
Yeah, they're very decisive.
Yeah, but also it's like I found it very easy for me to hit my targets because number one, a lot of them would hit on me anyway. So cheating. And number two, I know how annoying I can be as a customer.
Right.
If I met another me, oh God, no. Because I can be very like, I know what I want. If it's not done a certain way, I'm gonna, if you don't have it, check the back, check other stores. Are you sure? Check again. Like, no. So I don't know. I wouldn't say it contributed to. No.
That's interesting.
I mean, the discount contributed to the outfit.
Pieces. Oh, I see. Okay.
That's about it.
It's interesting. The reason why I asked you guys is because I feel like now a lot of people actually, it's an aspiration. Like they want to become influencers, whereas like you guys naturally just like fell into it, and then it just became, like your job.
Yeah.
But if someone wanted to become an influencer, what would you tell them? The real.
Are you sure?
Ooh.
No, seriously. Are you sure? Like, ask yourself why.
I feel like
doing it. Because I think what people don't realize is not everything that glitters is gold.
100%. 100%.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a lot easier than a lot of the roles that are out there. 100%. But it's a lot. It is a lot.
I feel like you're putting yourself out for public criticism.
And
I feel like sometimes it can be brutal. If you don't like criticism, maybe it's not something you should, dabble into. Or if you don't have a strong sense of self, I don't think it's a job for the weak, to be honest. Because I feel like it can take a toll on you mentally. Especially when you were saying like, oh, with likes, if you're doing it for likes, you're going to be sad. You're going to be upset because there's times where you will get 13 likes or whatever. There's a reason why people are on and others on Instagram now, because they don't want to they don't want to show it. So I feel like you have to really sit down and ask yourself, or ask people that are around you, because it's fun. You get things for free.
There's lots
you
of
get
perks,
lovely
100%.
things.
Lots of
But
good perks.
it isn't. What you said, all that glitters.
But also, you're not really. It's like, we have to be honest. I have to be honest with myself. I'm not living in the real world. It's not. It's a bubble that I live in,
completely
and it's
detached.
I've realized that a lot more this year, and one thing I will say is, you need to understand this role has no lines. There's no job description.
Right.
There's no list of things that you have to do, and these are the only things you're gonna have to do. People will expect whatever they want to expect of you, because they feel they can. And that, like, for example, with the awful war that's going on with Israel and Palestine, there's a push on influencers to speak up about it, and it's kind of like centering influencers as opposed to, centering, actually spreading knowledge about what's going on. Me, for one, never, ever, ever am I going to be okay with genocide. And I feel like, for me, I haven't spoken up about it, because I kind of also feel like, shouldn't that be common sense? Why should you be up for genocide? Why would you support genocide in any circumstance? But it's crazy that's a controversial thing to say. Like, you're killing innocent people. That's controversial. Literally. But it's like, anything can be expected of you one day. Like I said, I get into this doing, like, randomly just posting pictures.
Oh yeah.
Then all of a sudden, Black Lives Matter happened, and I'm on the front line because I'm black.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's
Just to touch on that,
next few days are
actually,
the same.
what was that like for you when the whole Black Lives Matter thing happened? Because I feel like 2020 was a
2020 was
a crazy time.
The weirdest year.
I mean, I was compelled to speak up though, because I think this is something that just drastically affected everybody globally. And naturally, there was nothing else to do anyway.
Yeah, we were locked down.
You had no. All we did was spread our opinions, whether they were good or bad. You know what I mean? And it was a lot of pressure, in all honesty. It was a lot of pressure. And then, boycotting brands.
Yeah.
People expect you to boycott brands and things, which I don't know how to really feel about it. I'm not for it, but I'm also not against it. I'm kind of indifferent. I understand both sides to it. And I also understand not everything is about money. I mean, but that's just the way this role goes for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Fortunately.
I feel like in 2020, cancel culture was so prevalent, and everyone was just, it's almost like,
I feel like that's the start of it.
No, you know what? I feel like that was when I really realized that people were serious.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I'm like on Twitter, but then I'm like on and off. But then I feel like 2020 again, we didn't have much to do.
Yeah.
I was on there and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So with the rise of cancel culture, have you guys ever felt apprehensive to like share your opinions on certain things? Or
100%.
Like what? What's something you wouldn't necessarily share because...
That's exactly why I'm not going to share it.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. 100%. Like, because, but at the end of the day, it's just, I just feel like the way where this world is heading, and a lot of the things that are being like fought for right now aren't things that are important. And I feel like we're distorting way too much.
Yeah.
Way too many things. Where do you draw the line?
That's the reason why I asked you, because I feel like there's some things to me, if I understand might not be an opinion that a lot of people will have, but I don't feel like it's worth cancelling.
Yeah.
So it's like, at what point do we draw the line? Like, I can say something to you, like, I don't know, on FaceTime or something, and then if I tweet that exact thing, I'll be cancelled.
I don't necessarily believe in cancel culture because I've seen it firsthand. And I know how it affected me through splashback. I was there.
You're just walking by.
But I think my only response to like cancel culture will be like biblically, we can't cancel anybody.
Yeah.
We like at the end of the day, if God says yes, no one can say no.
Yeah.
God chooses the most wretched of the wretched, the most unqualified of people.
Exactly, yeah.
Who are you to say no, they're cancelled?
Yeah.
Sorry, sweetie. Unfortunately.
Stephany, has influencer never changed your mind about anything?
In what sense? Anything in general?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think I've always had the same opinions, the same sort of views.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything I would say. I'm trying to think, actually. I'm going to think about it fashion-wise.
Okay, yeah. That's a good lens.
Has there been anything I said I hated and then bought? No. I think I think we are very true to ourselves, again, with the whole following trend things. I feel like if there's something I like, I genuinely like it. And I feel like there's so many things that I like that I know other people won't like, but I like.
Yeah.
So I think for me, no, I feel like I've just, yeah, no. I think if I like something, I like it. If I don't like something, I don't. I think I'm hard. I'm a hard person to influence, to be honest. I think I'm not easily swayed.
Right.
Once I have a
You
view,
like what you like.
Yeah. I like what I like, and it stays like that.
Okay. Yvonne, you've been very experimental with your style. And again, like what I said earlier, and one of the things I love is that you always take risks. And I remember when you bleached your eyebrows and even with like your room makeover, when people
Oh my God.
when people didn't necessarily get the vision, how does that make you feel?
Do you know what? It's a mixed emotions. It was like everything at once. A little bit of, oh my God, I'm doubting myself now. A little bit of, please, what do you know? But also a little bit of like, I've come to realize if people aren't negatively speaking about an outfit I've worn or what I've decided to do, did I really do anything? Do you know what I mean? Because like there's this video that I saw the other day. Don't dress too good. You'll start to dress bad. Because you're not actually dressing bad. You're just the masses don't get it.
Understand it, yeah.
Unfortunately, I've come to this place now where I don't care about the masses. I do not care about, what the masses think because I don't even feel as though I'm part of the masses myself. So it's like I see the way the masses dress, and don't get me wrong, that's up to them, but it's not something that I aspire to.
Yeah.
It's not something like that. That outfit is probably what I'll wear to the petrol station, you know?
Yeah.
No shade.
I was about to say no tea, no shade.
No shade. Stephany looks at me like,
no, I was literally about to say
but
no
that's the
shade.
thing, it's like, I'm not going to be a babe that's going to wear, beige leggings and have a beige bedroom and have a what is that coffee book everywhere, and then a Hermes throw, like,
oh yeah,
let's be so for real, guys. It's copy and paste.
Yeah.
Are we not tired?
Yeah, you all end up looking the same.
I'm too much of a maximalist. I have too many opinions and thoughts. I like too many things. I like feathers. I like colors. If you saw me in a neutral bedroom, would that make sense? Would that look like me? No.
It'd be scary, actually.
I would just be following, and I've never been a follower, unfortunately. I like to do what I want to do. And do you know what's so funny with the whole bedroom trend is, like, when I did it, everyone was like literally dragging me.
Yeah,
it's crazy because I didn't know how bad it was until Stephany told me, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like they're mad. Like
I genuinely thought, "Wait,
like they're
is this really that?"
Yeah, like
is my room ugly? I was like, no.
I was so shocked, like to the point where I was like, have I done something really bad here?
No.
Is this not making sense? And then just for it to become a trend, 5 months down the line.
Insane. But that goes to show you though, like people just go with what the masses are doing or saying. It's not about if they see their friend do it, they're like, yeah, my friend's doing it, I'm gonna do it too. And I feel like you need to be real. You need to be your true, authentic self, because
Yeah.
when you're not, it shows.
Yeah,
Like, it's very
definitely.
easy to identify who's real and who's not.
Yeah.
And I want to touch on that again because I feel like I really like to observe people because it's so funny to me. At first they laugh, then they copy. I remember even like with JT when she did her Moalala.
Oh, and I loved it.
I loved that.
At first glance, I was like,
this
like
is. I was like,
shivers.
mm.
This is.
I was like, this is art.
Mm.
And even when she like, just like the way she does her makeup and the way she dresses, and it's just like, now everyone wants to jump on that bandwagon, and it's just like, why are you upset that other people are expressing their individuality? And I do think it's important for us to have different representations of individuality.
Yeah.
Because we're all so different. Like,
Yeah.
my sister and I, night and day. Yes, of course, we have shared interests, but she dresses like a Barbie. Like,
Yeah,
she
she's a
loves,
doll,
like, she's a
yeah.
doll. Yeah.
Aw.
I'm more like, I like blacks, I like
Yeah.
dark colors, maybe the occasional pop of color. I'll do a red. But again, if we were to like put different dolls, you want to see variety, you want to see range, you
Yeah,
want to see
100%,
difference. And it's just like, I don't know, I have a real thing with like people trying to project their personal opinions on other people because I also feel like it doesn't allow room for creativity. And as a
Especially
creative,
in the Black community.
yeah,
What I will say, we in the Black community, there's just there's this mass lack of, you know, just policing what people do. Leave people alone.
Yeah.
Leave them
Leave the
alone.
girls alone.
If you don't get it, you
don't
weren't
get
the
it.
target audience, babe. Like, just leave it alone. If you don't get it, move along. There's a lot of things that I'll see that I won't necessarily like, but I just know that wasn't
for me.
That's not for me. I'm not the target audience. I can appreciate so many things. Like, I like so many things, but I'm not going to, you know, shit on someone if just because I don't understand something.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why people are like that. And I think that's another reason why I'm in this space where I don't care about what my audience want to see, because, sorry, no offense, guys, but I feel like
you were dressing like that, they loved it. That PVC look.
Yeah.
Like, you guys, clearly.
I just feel like if I was catering to them, I'd be another beige babe.
But again, like, I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see
I don't
that.
want to see me.
And do you know what it is?
I have enough friends
There's
like
so
that. I
many
know enough
people like
people.
that.
You
in the
see
industry
that.
There's
that.
places we go where you will literally stick out like a sore thumb because everyone looks the exact.
But isn't that
same.
scary though?
It's kind of like,
where is individuality?
where
It's
did
fun.
they find them all? Like, they all look the exact same, and like the moment someone different is in the room, it's like,
Ooh.
am I in the wrong room? Like, it's insane, literally crazy.
Keep your individuality. I feel like it just enables creativity as well. Maybe because for me it's like I also draw inspiration from like the average person just walking down the road. I want to see how what you think. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cute.
But that's not even to say like I don't appreciate what is seen as more of a, you know, uniform.
Yeah.
Like everyone, I feel like I still have like a uniform that I'll pull out. Like today, I'm just wearing.
Yeah.
What is it I'm even wearing here? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's nothing. This is nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is me, like, you know, when I'm just, you know, walking the dogs, for example. This is kind of like what I like to wear to be comfortable. But I just feel as though just let people be who God intended them to be, you know?
Touche. Do you guys like being managed, or do you like kind of like managing it yourself?
I hate being managed.
Really?
Yeah, she has a whole she's had a whole experience with that. I think for me,
it's been 60 days. Where's the money?
Ooh. Is that how it works?
Think that's, you know, what it is?
Gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, can you actually touch on
So like when you have management,
okay,
the brand or whoever you're working with is paid your management.
okay,
Your management then take their percentage. Sometimes the brand will pay, the management hasn't paid you. It's like, what's going on? It's been 30 days. And I feel like it also leaves room for distrust. It's not transparent. You can't really see what's going on. Whether when you're the one being you're the one in charge. It's like you can directly contact the brand. You know when they've paid. You know when they haven't. There's times where the brand will pay and your management will say they haven't paid. So it can be, it can get very
tricky.
Yeah, tricky and difficult, and there can be anger involved sometimes. It can get really messy real quick because it's like, I need my money. Like, I did this work.
So why wouldn't they pay you on time?
Oh, because they gain interest on it for as long as it's in the account. The longer it's in the account, they'll gain interest on it. So. And I can understand at the end of the day, which human wouldn't want to gain interest on someone else's money? It's essentially free money.
Yeah.
But don't do that.
Yeah. So are there like ethics involved in terms of like, or even like law?
It's wildly unregulated, the industry, unfortunately. I mean, there are things put in place, like within 30 days, payments are to be made. Beyond that time, you can start charging late fees. But even then, if a brand wants to wait 6 months, a lot of the time,
I think
that's why you have to have a good legal team. I recently have got in touch with a solicitor, and she just does everything for me now.
That's good.
I'd be threatening.
I feel like,
because it's just ridiculous.
And do you know what it is? You wouldn't think it's from the brands it's from, like the biggest corporations, and it's like,
I would think the biggest corporations are, because they feel like they can get away with much
in a row. Like, this is messy. It's insane.
Interesting that you say that there's not a lot of protection in that sense, because I actually studied law and media at uni. I know. Studied law and media at uni, and one of the things that inspired my degree was because I would watch a lot of interviews from celebrities, and they would talk about having like really bad contracts or just like getting the shorter end of their hard work, and it can just get like really messy. But I guess because influencing is still like fairly new, I'm sure there's definitely going to be laws put into place, because that's crazy.
But even with the music industry, so many people complain, and I feel like that's something as well that's been going on for years.
I think you'll always kind of have this issue if you're freelance or anything. Unfortunately,
that's good that you got a solicitor. So, what's something you've learned from each other within the last 2 years?
You go first.
I'm still racking my brain.
What I've learned from you. I'm really trying to think now. That's actually I've learned from Yvonne.
Okay, it's not that hard. There's plenty of things.
No, I'm actually trying to be. Do you know that saying? I don't know how you're gonna take this.
Oh,
you know that saying, when I feel like the student can become the teacher.
What do you mean?
In a sense where you can be taught something by someone, but then they can teach you. I don't know.
Like roles reversed?
I'm saying I feel like the teacher can become a student, and student can become a teacher.
Okay.
In a work aspect.
No, but it's true. 100%.
I think that's something I've learned is a real thing. Yeah. But I think
you didn't learn that from me.
What?
I didn't teach you that.
Yes, you did. The question was, what did I learn from you? And that was it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You teach me a lot of things on a daily basis. I mean, you're my older sister. I don't know all of them offhand, but yeah.
What about you?
I don't actually know. Yeah. Tell us, please. We want to know. Being so fake right now.
No, this is hard. This is really hard.
It doesn't have to be like one, but I guess you can just say what comes to mind.
You have taught me. I guess you've taught me to not doubt myself. Yeah, I'd say that. Just not doubt myself. You know? I have some great ideas, but then I doubt myself.
Second guessing.
Sometimes, I second guess quite a bit these days. I think it's the PTSD from the bedroom.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Have you ever regretted anything you shared online?
No, you know.
That's good.
No, what?
No, I'm just asking.
Don't text me.
No, I just thought you would have. No.
I haven't regretted anything I've shared.
Do you know
on
what?
social
No,
media.
no. Yeah,
What
no.
were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, when I first got my puppy, I was like, damn. I showed because it was really hard. I was like, oh my god, I don't know if I can do this, and I've showed her to the world. Like, this is a lot of pressure.
Oh, I
I've
see.
shared
That
it.
to keep her.
Yeah, and I was
Right.
like, that's one thing, but I love her. So
Yeah, there's nothing I regret sharing. I think I've learned from everything. Obviously, there's certain things I won't share again.
Like what?
Ain't no one. No.
gonna know.
Yeah. Next question.
Okay, so how do you envision your personal brand within the next kid? From your mouth to God's ears, say it right
Front
now.
row Valentino show.
Period.
Minimum. Bigger things, but I won't mention them.
Okay.
10 years. How old would I be?
Is that 10? Did you say 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Retired.
Well, I should hopefully be married by then. Yeah, minimum. At least.
Yeah, minimum.
Come on.
Minimum.
At the very minimum, you know.
Minimum.
Oh my god. Okay. You guys really have been great. That's so funny. So the logo is not here, but my podcast logo is inspired by a Japanese concept called Ikigai, and it translates to your life's purpose. So the premise of the diagram is a Venn diagram, and there are 4 different parts, and it's what you love, what you can be paid for, what the world needs, and what you're good at. So really quickly, I'll just ask you guys, and then you can just say what comes to mind. So what do you love?
God.
Yeah, God, I was gonna say that.
I love that. What are you good at?
Encouraging people.
That is true.
Hard to pick one, in all honesty.
Say a couple.
Cooking.
Cooking. That's the first thing that came to you.
Yeah. I've spoken about everything else in my life. The people don't know if I can cook. Yeah, I'd say I'm good at cooking. Yeah, I taught you to cook.
Yeah, a few things. To be honest, she taught me how to cook. Like
a lot of
I never
things.
knew how to cook fried rice.
Really?
And now, like, my fried rice is just
that's
top
where
tier.
the student became the teacher.
That's not what I was talking about, but yeah, that is one of them. Just to clarify. Just to clarify.
Okay, cooking.
Do you want more? Okay, cooking.
You said you have a couple.
Yeah.
I'm good at cooking. I'm a great actress. I am good at being honest. I never feel compelled to lie. I am very good at, standing up for what I believe in. I am good at being by myself, enjoying my own company. I'm good at me.
You're really an introvert, are you?
Yeah. Why?
I can just tell.
I've been very extroverted today.
out of your comfort zone. But no, I can just tell.
Yeah, I'm very much an introvert.
With acting though, where's that at now? Because I remember when you used to post a lot about it.
Yeah, I think this year has been so busy for me with the new house and everything is new. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank God. Yes, but I do want to pick it up again because it's a great hobby of mine, and it's kind of like it's something.
You're really good at it, to be fair.
Yeah, it's like a release.
Yeah.
There's no restrictions on my emotions. If I want to cuss you out, I'm going to cuss you out. If I want to shout, if I want to be angry, if I want to be upset, like I can just be very fluid in all those emotions that we've been taught to, suppress.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's a really good one. What can you be paid for other than what you do? What's something that your audience will be surprised to know that, oh, she's really good at this and she can probably be paid for?
Do you know what? I think I could be paid for a few things. I think I could be creative director of brands and things. I think I'd love to be an interior designer. In another life, I feel like I would have been an interior designer. I think I've been paid to be a stylist before, so not that. Yeah. I think those are the 2 things. Like, definitely creative director.
I see that.
I really feel like I could have done Formula 1.
Oh, interesting.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah.
No, the way she drives, you guys. She's crazy.
Really?
No, I'm a very good driver.
She calls herself a Von Hamilton. Like, it's not a joke, you guys. It's just she's being serious.
No, seriously.
You know, I have an invisible brake in her car.
But do you know what I also
like,
could have done?
press.
Oh my God, this is a big one.
What?
I could have been in the Olympics.
Oh,
Are you
Sprinting.
athletic?
Yeah.
I was the fastest girl in my school.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That is a good. I feel like you could have said
done it.
author. You might still.
Oh
become
my
an author.
goodness. Yeah, guys, that's another one. Oh,
Yeah.
See, I told you I'm good at so much stuff. I could have been I paid for writing as well. I used to actually, when I was younger, I wanted to be a writer.
Oh wow.
I wanted to write books.
Yeah.
I actually began writing books and poems, and some of them would get published. Then I went to secondary school and everything went downhill.
What type of books?
I wanted to write fiction.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I wanted to write fiction. Yeah,
that's definitely something I never.
Yeah,
knew.
you've actually. Do you know what?
I've lived a full life. I've had a lot of.
Like I feel like I've been the same. I've been the
Yeah.
same girl.
Yeah.
You're like this.
I'm
All over the place.
Jack of all trades, master of many. Amen.
Okay, what are you good at? Okay, what do you think the world needs?
God.
Yeah, God and love.
God
And
is
I feel
love.
like, yeah, God is all of those things.
Yeah.
God is
Yeah.
love. God is peace.
I think God for sure.
Yeah,
Now more than
100%.
ever.
Not
Oh
just
my
God,
goodness.
like Jesus Christ,
Yeah,
my Lord and Savior,
the Messiah.
the one who is and is yet to come.
Yeah, I am. That I am.
The Rose of Sharon,
The first and the last.
Oh,
the Lily of
Lord
the Valley,
Lords.
Emmanuel.
King of Kings.
Lord of Lords.
I forgot. Oh, okay. Oh my God. Thank you guys so much for listening or watching. Please watch because a lot goes into the visuals and I'm sure it'll be so much better if you watch it. But yeah, thank you guys for your time. Thank you, Yvonne and Stephany. This has been so good.
No,
honestly.
thank you for having us.
I don't think I've ever laughed this much in an episode, but yeah, I really appreciate you guys being
it was
here.
fun.
It was really fun.
Yeah, I loved it. I think it really broke the tension between us today.
Please.
Thank God.
I
'Cause
was ready
like,
to break the tension with you. She was still doing it. I was talking to her in the car. She was like,
do you hold grudges?
Do you know what? No, I don't. But Stephany talks
I
a
feel
lot.
like you do.
I don't hold
though.
grudges.
Just a little.
No.
I think she does. I feel like I get over things really quickly. and
Yeah,
she's
but
not
you're
like
that's
that.
again what we're talking about, the emotional thing. Like Stephany would like address something and then just brush past it. I was saying, like, for example, I'm the opposite. I need a minute to like sit with it.
I think you're
and
the
then
same in that. I think it's the April in you.
girl.
I think that's definitely.
Or maybe it's a firstborn thing. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just sometimes a lot can be a lot. Like I just need a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, love you guys.
Bye.
See you in my next one.